Okay, thank you everyone for joining. Welcome to our virtual town hall meeting where we will be discussing our Schools Out program, which will be held in both Malone and Saranac Lake. We are going to be discussing a lot of guidelines and everything moving forward with our program. We have a few speakers here for you today to discuss a little bit more details about the program. Our program will be running from November 16th to January 4th. And if you haven't done so already, we ask that you please mute your lines. And if you have a question at any time during this meeting, you can go ahead and send a question in the chat window provided. As we move forward into this presentation, I'm going to invite our CEO, Justin Ein, in to have a word here.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for those that could join us here live, and for those that will listen to this recorded, as we will share this with our Facebook friends and everybody else in our program. As our hashtag says, we got you. And as we've been doing since March, we've been providing childcare and programming in a very safe way. And I just want to take a moment to remind you of what we've done so that you can be rest assured that we're ready to do it again. We started back in late March with emergency childcare for essential workers, and we were successful. We had over 100 kids participate in programs in what I believe was 5 different school districts, and it was successful. We put together a plan, the staff rallied and got trained, and they put together a plan to run a safe program, and we did that. Then the summertime came along, and we did it again. We pivoted, and we created, forgive me for a second, I believe it's 5 summer camps, 2 of which were brand new locations. And we did this because we wanted to spread out the amount of children in different locations. So we had a lot of running around to do and a lot of pieces to put into place, but we did it, and we ran safe summer camp programs for close to 400 families, and we were safe. This fall, we did it again. We came back and worked with all the 5 different school districts, all of which, I should say, there was probably 3 different hybrid programs that we had to work with, and we created programs to do that, and we've done it safely. And the only reason why we're talking about this right now is unfortunately because of the community around us and the numbers growing. So we got you, and we're going to put together another program very similar to the one that we had back in the spring, and same protocols as we've been going all throughout this entire time. So I want you to rest assured that, knock on wood, we have not had one case within our programs, within our YMCAs, that has been connected back to us. We've had a couple of people that thought it might have, they might have contracted it, but it turned out to be negative, but nothing within our programs. And I believe that that's the very important part that a family wants to hear. I have 3 kids of my own, and that's certainly something I want to make sure that the organization taking care of my kids can tell me. So you're going to hear a bunch of stuff today from Brandon, from Michelle, from Donna about the program they're going to have for you in Saranac Lake and Malone. I will end with a quick PSA. We're not out of this pandemic yet, and I want to urge everyone to please take this seriously. Please make sure you wear your mask. Please make sure you wash your hands. Please make sure that you stay socially distant. It is so important. Our numbers are increasing. We're going into the winter. We don't want to have another full shutdown of our communities. And we've got to do our part to make sure we keep ourselves safe and keep others safe. And that includes the holiday times. I get it. We are all, having COVID fatigue, as I call it. We're so tired of being in this state, and I get it. But we're not as tired as the people that are in the hospital rooms and the people that are on ventilators right now, because we have not turned the corner on this. So let's work together. Let's stay vigilant with what we can do so that we can keep our numbers down in our communities and we can stay safe. So when you go to visit family, please make sure that you're practicing these safe measures so that we don't encourage more people to spread this virus. With that said, I am very, very confident that you will be happy to hear what our staff is going to present today and what program that they have in place for your children. I will pass it back over to Brandon. And I want to say lastly, thank you to the families and parents and our members that have trusted us and have stayed with us during this whole time for the last 9 months. We've had great success with our programs, and we look forward to continuing to do that. Brandon, back to you.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Justin, for those words. We are going to just jump right into this and head on over to our next slide here. And I'm also going to bring on Michelle Schumacher, our executive director here at the Malone YMCA.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
I sure can.
Perfect. Okay, so again, great words from Justin. It is really under his amazing leadership that we have been able to do what we're doing, and we thank him and we thank our staff and of course the families that trust us. So I'm just going to get right into it, and we are committed to helping our essential workers through this. We understand that this is a stressful time. We are living it with you, and we feel that it is our job now to just do everything we can to help you. We're honored to help you. We're honored to do everything we can, and we really thank you for trusting us with your children. Next slide, please. For the health and safety of the community, our program will be offered to parents who are considered essential workers through New York State by New York State. And Brandon, I believe, is going to put a link into our chat box to a website that will help you to determine, if you don't know, if you are considered an essential worker or not. Thank you, Brandon. So our Schools Out program is open to children in grades K through 5 in Franklin County. We offer our program 5 days a week from 7:30 a.m. till 5:15 p.m. Lunch and breakfast is provided by both school districts, and so that is free of charge and a lovely service for our families. Our program is going to be focused on, of course, as you heard, our stress and safety first. This is a very educationally focused program. We understand that our children are missing out on education, and that's just the fact. We will do everything we can to make sure that they are getting educational programs that are enriching and exciting for them. They will be getting onto their Chromebooks every time that their teachers require them to do so. We have brought in additional staff from each school district to help with the educational needs of the children. And our goal will be to get all classwork and homework done during the day. So when the children go home to you, you can have calm, fun family time together. Our other areas of focus will be STEM and STEAM, physical activity, arts and crafts, and of course, a whole bunch of fun. Our programs are located in Malone at St. Joe's, Davis, and Harrison, and then in Saranac Lake at Petrova Elementary. Next slide, please. So description of the program sites. Both programs are different, and what we're doing here is we're combining both school districts in one informational video. And so I will talk about both, and they are pretty different. First, I'll talk about Saranac Lake. The entire program is at Petrova Elementary School. And so we are going to be using the gym and cafeteria some classrooms in the elementary school, as well as the gym in the middle school. And so basically we'll be on a rotation. So your child will be placed in an age-appropriate group of 10 children or less, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And then they will be rotating to different pods throughout the day. And so the pods will consist of, I'll give an example, perhaps the first pod is their classroom activity. So they will spend an hour in their class doing classwork and then move to the next activity. In between the activities, we will be cleaning, sanitizing, and hand washing. So the next activity may be STEM and STEAM. They'll spend an hour in that activity, and then again, sanitation, cleaning, and hand washing. Then they'll move to their next activity, which could be physical activity. They'll do that for an hour. So you see what I'm talking about. They'll be going from activity to activity with sanitation, cleaning, and hand washing in between. Your drop-off and pickup doors will be assigned to you, because basically the children, although together, are separate. So they're going to be in their age-appropriate groups, but the groups do not intermingle with each other. And then in Malone, to start, we have access to Harrison Gym and St. Joe's. So students from Davis Elementary will meet at Harrison Gym, and students from Flanders and St. Joe's will meet at St. Joe's Elementary. And we will be in contact with all folks that are starting next week and let you know about drop-off and pickup procedures. Next slide, please. Our rate is $25 per day, and you can sign up for one day or you can sign up for the full week. We are doing this because, as I've said before, and I will say again, we are doing everything we can to help you. And we understand that you may not need full week, all day daycare, and that's okay. Your child can come to us one day or as many days as you need. You need to register before Thursday at noon the week prior to when you need care. There is a registration link that we have been wallpapering the community with lately. And Brandon, if you could also put that registration link in the chat box, that would be appreciated. I wanted to also talk about CARES Act funding. New York State has allowed for or allotted funds for childcare. And so to see if you are eligible, there is also another link that you can go to. And sorry, Brandon, to put you on the spot, but if you could also put that link in the chat box, that would be helpful to the parents. And that could be possibly up to 100% free childcare for you. So that is wonderful, and I do encourage you to check that out. Next slide, please. So safety. We will not stop talking or thinking about this. We've been doing it now for 9 months, and I feel very confident about our ability to continue. Students, as I said, will be placed in small groups of no more than 10. All students and staff will wear face masks at all times. Hourly hand washing and sanitizing will be performed. As I said, hand washing is also done on an as-needed basis. So if we need to wash hands more than once an hour, we will do so. Our activities, all activities planned are socially distant. We've become quite well, I'll say experts in socially distant activities. It's not easy, but we can do it, and we've done it, and it's quite exciting and fun. And then, of course, we will be doing the daily health checks at drop-off. And I'll talk about that in a moment. Cleaning and disinfecting of supplies as required by the CDC. We just clean all day at our program. Next slide, please. So we ask that you do not bring your child to our program if they or anyone in your household feels ill. Of course, we're all very familiar with the symptoms. I don't think I need to go over them. They are listed. The daily questions are the questions that we're hearing, often, all the time. Please, please stay home if you're sick. It's the most important thing and the most responsible thing we can do now. Next slide. What to bring. So please label everything. It's very important. We need 2 clean face masks per child per day. Please bring your Chromebook, your child's Chromebook, or have your child bring their Chromebook, their homework assignments, and anything else that will help us to help your child be successful with their schoolwork. Water bottle. And if you do choose to send lunch, just please make sure it is peanut and tree nut free. And I do have to say that this is a rule that's only in Malone Central School District. Saranac Lake School District does allow peanuts and tree nuts unless we have an allergy within the program. And if that's the case, we will contact everybody directly. What not to bring. It is very important that you do not bring, your child does not bring personal items from home. It often causes problems within the program, and honestly, it's just easier if they leave their personal items at home. We will have everything your child needs except for the Chromebook to do their, or any books or any paperwork that's offered from the teachers. We have all of the crayons and pens and markers and calculators, everything your child needs to be successful with their homework. And we ask that also you do not bring food to share. And then electronics that do not directly relate to education. Please leave the cell phones at home, the games at home. We will not allow them out of the backpack, and it's just honestly easier if they don't even bring them to the program. And now we'll just open it up. If there's questions, we'll answer them. You can always call us at the Y, or email us, send us a Facebook message if something comes up later. We know that a lot of people aren't able to join us today, but will be watching this after, and we are here for you. We got you, and we're hoping to answer all of your questions so you feel very confident when you drop off your children to our care.
Okay, we have a question here. The times for drop off and pickup are to be determined.
Nope, drop off and pickup is 7:30 a.m. between the hours of 7:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. And so you can, or 5:15, I'm sorry, 5:15 p.m. And you can drop off your child anytime in between those hours. It's what works for you with your work schedule. There will be a phone number on your door, on your drop-off door, that you can call, because parents are actually not allowed, because of exposure, into the program site. And so there'll be a phone number for you to call when you come to the door. But we will be ready for you between the hours of 7:30 and 5:15.
There aren't any questions at this moment, but I feel like we should touch base on how we are going to be keeping our kids separate. When it comes to separate schools and things like that, will they be placed in their own groups? If they're in a group, will they be in that group forever?
Yep. Yep, that's great. Yeah, so it's a little different in each district, because in Saranac Lake, they're all at the same school. However, they'll be in age-appropriate groups of 10 or less. And yes, your child will be with the same kids all of the time. And in Malone, the children from Davis are going to be at Harrison Gym and with only children from Davis, and their grouping is going to be at the ratio of 10 or less, and they will be with the same children, age appropriate. And then Flanders and St. Joe's, because Flanders is a smaller school, Flanders and St. Joe's are together, but again, they are going to be in groups 10 or less and always with the same students. And the same teachers. So our staff is not going to go from school to school. We have staff that's assigned to Harrison Gym, we have staff that's assigned to St. Joe's, and we have staff that's assigned to Petrova, and they will not be mingling between schools. Did that answer that question, Brandon?
Yes.
Okay. So I guess if there are no more questions at this time, I want to thank everyone for joining us. Thank everyone for taking time later to check the video out. If we have not covered something, please let us know. We are here for you. We want to make sure that you feel confident. And again, I just wanted to say that we are honored to serve your families, and thank you for trusting us with your children.